Hey guys, this week I'm working on a Viking spear for Drop Forge Survival channel, Chris Thorne. We've been doing a collaboration. I'm making him a Viking spear. He's going to test it and show it on his channel, and then he's going to take it with him to a Renaissance fair and hand out business cards for me. So it's a pretty good deal for me. And so I have the steel that I'm going to be working with. I don't know what type of steel it is, but it is a ridiculously springy, hard steel. It's cut out of a farm implement, of course, a disc blade for a harrow, and it's about 1/4 inch thick. Again, I don't know what it is, but it's some sort of spring steel, really tough. I just used our hydraulic press to flatten this down in hopes that I could turn it into a piece of bar, and it flattened it all the way down, and then as soon as I let off the pressure, it sprung all the way back up. It hasn't moved from that position at all. So I'm gonna have to actually blacksmith this, which I really don't like doing because I'm a fabricator, not a blacksmith. It's not my sort of thing. I don't have the tools for it. I'm not set up for it. So I'm gonna have to use the rosebud. My forge is not a blacksmithing forge, so I can't set stuff in it to heat up. I'm gonna have to use the rosebud on the oxyacetylene torch to heat up sections of this and flatten it a little bit at a time. So this is a different kind of build for me, not my preferred type of build, but for those of you who like this sort of thing, this is your episode, and it sucks. So for grinding the bevel on this, I'm not going to do a hollow grind just because it's a hard steel and that would take a long time with it already being hardened. But the main reason is that that's a very fine edge. That's great for knives and, you know, something you're going to shave with. I imagine this as being a little bit more of a brute force weapon, so you almost want like an axe grind on it or something like that. I've never made a spear like this before, so I'm not really sure, but I'm just going with what I think looks good and what I think would work well and hold up. This is also a really thick blade. It's 1/4 inch, which is uncommonly thick for a blade. And so a flap disc will put a nice bevel on it. It won't do a hollow grind, it'll do a concave grind or a convex grind. Whatever it is where it's not hollow, the opposite of a hollow grind. And so that's what I'm going to do. Partially because it won't take as long, and partially just because I think that'll hold up a little bit better. Oh, this is going to take a little while. Side number 3. Oh, good lord, this is taking forever. Woo! So this is my crude socket. I'm going to cut off the tang, probably pretty high up, slide this up, and then squeeze this together, and then weld the sides. Historically, you would not be welding this, you would be making it out of a solid chunk of metal, but again, I don't do blacksmithing, so I ain't doing that. Now a whole bunch of weld out and hoping that this doesn't crack as I'm welding it. I have welded it before though, so we will see. This build is done. Chris Thorne is going to put a handle on it when I get that to him. Remember, Drop Forge Survival, go and give them a subscribe. Watch some of their stuff. They do some good reviews. And so now all I have to do is test it. Well, that works pretty well. Only damage on the edge is that little notch right there from where I hit the actual barrel. Aside from that, it worked really well. I can't wait for somebody to try it actually as a spear instead of a dagger, but until then, I know it works pretty well as a dagger against pumpkins. So that's all for this week. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, spread the word. See ya.